Welcome back. All of the info is at the end of the video and some tips and secrets. Divine Feminines, welcome back. We're here to do your update for Volume 2. Now, for those of you that don't know, we do weekly content and they are itemised as per volume. So if you are brand new here, that's the deal here. The other piece of FYIs that we need to get out the way is this is a different channel, okay? So this, for some, depending on where you are on the path, won't resonate with you. And it does depend, the further into the journey you get, because I am a twin flame, I've been where you've been, is that we do end up having to do a lot of work. Spiritually, this is a portal at the moment that we're moving into. It is a really tough month. So if anything, one thing I can give you here at this channel is love support, a community, hopefully with a little bit of answers, to get you from point A to point B. So if that vibes with you, fantastic, come on through. Now we're going to have a look at the energy of what is coming in. Number one, I am a psychic medium. Number two, I am a twin flame. Yes, I am in union. Don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but I am. And we're going to have a look at your energy. Now I have pulled a ruin cast. And we do have the infinity symbol, okay? Badger, air, skylark. Now, what this directly connects to, and this is the overall arching energy for week 2, volume 2. Now, it is a positive thing, okay? This ruin cast, no matter how it goes, it is positive, which is, number one, you guys are, how would I say it? A process in which we're going through as divine feminines, and it doesn't matter where you are on the journey, okay? Energy will hit all of us collectively. We'll just deal with it differently, that's all. Even those in union. New beginning, awakening, and it's so Scorpio in nature. It's like Scorpio's been kicking our butts. New beginnings, awakenings, transformation, breakthrough, clarity, synthesis, growth, and hope, okay? It's a completely positive ruin cast. Promises a new dawn. And for a lot of us, when we have that, Scorpio and Aries and Chiron, which is shadow, gearing up, ready to go retrograde. It goes retrograde on the 19th. So it is similar to the hero's journey. And it's almost like we're trying to function at the moment with wounds. So what will come up moving closer to that portal as we reach the 19th is a lot of triggers are going to come up. Plus, a lot of things to do with inner child, our family. Some of us are going to be moving home. Some of us are going into that nurture. We can have a lot of base chakra going on and solar plexus. So I would do what you can to actually support that part of your body through the chakra system so that you're going to be able to cope. Warning date, 21st, okay? It's not a very pretty day. It's a pretty tough day, but I'll go into it maybe in an energy forecast for the collective so that we can, kind of get these updates of what we need to bear in mind with these circumstances. You do have the Lovers as your crowning energy. I do feel at the moment, a lot of you guys are, I call it desperately seeking Susan. It's like, oh my gosh, is this connection going to be okay? Am I in duality? We're reaching union, and first the union does tend to come to you are making it with yourself. So what does that kind of look like? It does end up being where you are the masculine and the feminine attributes inside yourself, and you're coming into harmonization of it. For a lot of us, even further into the journey, you become more equipped to do that. It doesn't mean to say you won't have triggers. So the inner child will spike up and the adult energy will go, well, okay, I actually get that you're having that trigger. Now, how can we address this differently? So you just tend to have a little bit more tools in addressing it. What I am seeing coming through with this read, let's dive in. Okay. There is an individual here, and I do feel it is counterpart. I do feel this is something very heavy on your mind at the moment. Now, yes, we can go down the rabbit hole, and I do feel for a lot of you can be, you're going to do it A or B. You're going to be angry about it, or you're going to be, why couldn't I have that? And it's coming in positively anyway. It's a process. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So you're going to have different ways of viewing this spiritual connection at the moment. Have some of you potentially thought about entertaining a different connection? Yes, but probably not in the fashion that you think. Now, for some of you, this might have come through in the fashion of strictness towards yourself. I'm being silly. I shouldn't do this. Why does this keep coming up for me? Is the outcome gonna be? And so, yes, from a logical point of view, through the pain body experience and time, Uranus and Taurus relates to time. Yes, this month that is going to be a large subject that you're looking at. And I do feel, especially looking like the infinity symbol, it's almost like it's taken too bloody long, okay? So the PTSD, the emotion, the traumas, they're all going to come up. Now, if you had been doing work on those situations, and I think this is so fitting because it's so Scorpio in nature, I'm packing, so, forgive me. There's all these things that you're directly going through psychologically and emotionally that you can have ebbs and flows. You're going to have 1 minute where you're certain, you're really quite productive and you're doing things. Other days it's going to come in like a wave and you're going to feel this insecurity, immense emotion of heart-centered frequency. We do need to be really careful at the moment that every human being on the planet is going to be triggered. And so if somebody is triggering you, what you need to say to yourself, best tip I can give you, is it is a projection, okay? If it does trigger you, however, it is going to be something that happened to you before. It's not necessarily that that person's judging you. There is something coming through in a projection sense. So just take it as a viewpoint, and it's going to help you to get grounded a lot quicker. So can there be a lot of projection, gossip, naysayers? Our aura, we need to protect it. Yes. Okay, what are you moving away from? Okay, so if you are single, or going down that rabbit hole of, okay, is twin single? Are they with somebody? Where am I? Why am I alone? It can feel like the abandonment is coming up. But the freedom to spiritually feel, you're kind of moving away from that shadow energy at the moment. And I do feel this inner freedom, like, do I stay, do I go? I think it's coming up. I do feel for some of you, you can go from single to couple. The other thing I can say is spiritually, you want to get onto that high vibe, and that's something you're really longing for. It's like, when are we going to get out of the pickle? Everything seems so hard in the collective at the moment. You could be dealing with, family or children, especially for those of you that are twins that directly are parents, so to speak. And yes, we don't, on this channel, look as or tag the masculine and the feminine as a sex. That is because we are both. Yes, we play a certain role on the path, but what we tend to do here is, yes, if I'm speaking about a feminine situation and something psychically comes to be more in layman's terms of the woman's body, I will mention that, but by no means does it have to be that the feminine empath energy is a direct feminine. There's a fresh start coming. I also feel a lot of you are feeling you want justice. You want that balance. You want some fairness and understanding. You want that integrity and the gentleness coming through. And I feel this shadow work of remembering back to how that person used to be, seeing the full potential and really seeing, you saw the potential in it. So therefore you did react, you acted on it. Some of you, I do feel on the astro, you're going to be maybe having dream states, remembrance of this. You could be doing some clearings of it. I also feel there is a male energy in your life that is purely a platonic energy. This could be a father figure, or it could be a person that had passed over. I do feel they're acting as a guide towards you at the moment and they're directly protecting you, but I feel it's a masculine energy. I don't feel this is a romantic partner. I do feel this is a guide that is protecting you. I'm hearing the term rejection is universe's protection, but it's not permanent, okay? So if there had been a little bit of a delay, it is really linking to the astrology. Masculines were going through their great awakening. The pocket group, a wave of them, were going through a mass awakening previous 2 years. As we moved into 2022, there was a potential for certain zodiac signs to move into that union portal. And two of those to mention is Sagittarius and Gemini. That portal was slightly delayed to now, which as Juno goes retrograde for all twin flames, this is going to be a cycle that's being readdressed and shifting about. So don't be surprised if you do gain communication. So if you had the break to do the integration and the work, yes. This stagnation, it's like you're addressing some things, and I do see psychically there may be a circumstance in your life that you're having to directly address. For some of you, this can be work. For some of you, it might be, a residue feeling. Others, it's a direct 3D situation, and I feel it's almost like pending. It's been something that's been on your mind. Gee, I've really got to get around to doing that. And I think a lot of you are jumping in the deep end and you're actually addressing it. A lot of base chakra. Drink a lot of fluid this month, guys. Okay, something that you were like, oh my gosh, can I address this? This is going to be okay. You got hope in reverse there, but my guides are showing me it's more to do with the belief. It's more to do with a belief system than actually you can't do it. It's something you've put a hold on to a degree. I do feel if you address it, you won't regret it, okay? And yes, obviously, put that where it lands. Don't be silly. But again, it's like you feel, it's almost that notion of divine timing. Sometimes I think we get to a point we want to put things on hold because we have mapped out psychologically all the ifs and buts. And then if you actually know what those ifs and buts are, what you can do is where you find problems in that plan, you can actually find solutions as well. One example I gave in the Members Hub today, which we do have a Twin Flame Members Hub online at YILDIZ Readings, was needing to move home, for instance, or twin asks you to move in with them and you're thinking, what if it goes pear-shaped? And there are ways you can actually move about it so you can feel safe and comfortable. That can be starting to put a little bit of money away, and I know that's very hard at the moment. B, it can be looking at the actual, plant that you potentially could have with whatever that circumstance is. So take it how it lands. But one example, so to speak, of how you could address that circumstance. Okay, there is something in the mix that's changed. Yeah, it's almost like you're saying, no, but what if it changes? What if it changes? You change too. It's okay, doll. So have some faith in yourself. Have faith that, yes, I can honestly tell you from personal experience, I have been on this path over 25 years and there have been lots of changes. Some I never predicted, but the path has never been the same. So I think sometimes what we tend to do is think that everything's coming back exactly the same. FYI, you're not the same anymore. So you're not going to relate to it the same. And it is going to have a different outcome each time. That doesn't mean to say that separation, union, reunion, separation is going to go on forever. No, it doesn't, okay? Once you integrate, things change. So the notion of what you're trying to logically look at, and what a lot of us are looking at the moment, is expectations, conditioning, anything you think your twin can do. I want you to turn that mirror and I want you to say, but I can do that too. Okay? Anyone can. I can do that too. Anyone can do that to me. So do I need to look at this differently? I feel you're kind of looking at it like, oh crap, what if something goes wrong? What if it changes? What if it changes? You might change too. But there is a change in circumstance. I think whatever this is trying to teach us to live with to try not to live with regret, but to also have faith and confidence in nobody can ever take what is truly yours. Okay, some of you are viewing the karmic situation, which yes, we cover the karmic, the masculine, the feminine, and then weekly lives on Friday. Some of you may be currently dealing with an external situation with a karmic individual. Now, that might be your side of the fence or theirs, and you are aware of what that is in the path. Some of you are just doing shadow work, okay? So it could be, gosh, have they got over a circumstance? Why don't they leave this behind? You also may be picking up on that, but you also could be doing that yourself psychologically. The notion of not being chosen, the notion of potentially the person has chosen another individual over you. One psychic download I did have was linked to the lunar moth. And there was a circumstance inside of coaching twin flames, as well as with my own path, was viewing the lunar moth. Now, my guides showed me that there was a circumstance with a third-party situation at a point in your journeys where counterpart may have chosen another individual. Now, this individual, to a degree, they may have felt this spiritual connection like they did with you instantly, but it hasn't quite turned out that way. It hasn't quite looked like that. But they did need to see the polarity between chalk and cheese. So this is one way that it's actually gone. This might have happened at an event. There is something to do with an event coming up as well, and it's going to be subliminal to each of you who receives this message. This may be a birthday. This could be something pending and coming up. This could be a gathering, and I'm also hearing the term marriage. I don't know why that's coming through, but there could be a link between a birthday and a marriage. Okay, but I feel this is more to do with your side of the fence. I do feel counterparts thinking about this. This can be your direct birthday and wanting to be there for it. Okay, some of you are aware of how your twin got with a karmic. For some, it might have been through a work-related situation. For some, it might have been due to trauma. That sounds about right. Okay, you're being very careful about what you give. I feel if you've had unreasonable, what would the word be? If you've had unreasonable requests made of you, it may have angered you. Okay, this also could be with your twin flame. I don't know why I get this, and I mentioned this a few months ago. Something in a channeled message was coming through War of the Roses, and I think it was because Mars was moving into Aries and Venus's location as well, which is very twinsy. I was like, oh my gosh, War of the Roses. It is going to get into harmonization. At the minute, it's just a little bit like we're integrating. For many of the feminines, you might have been embodying a lot of masculine. Now you've dipped back into the divine feminine empath energy. Unfortunately, because we have Lilith in Cancer, a lot of us are going through that trauma wounding again. It can be a lot of shadow work. But if you can dip out of it, obviously through the work that we directly do on ourselves, it is going to ease up. But it just can be tense as we're moving towards that full moon. I feel the strictness, especially, how can I put it? Especially when it does come to the religion side of things, the tradition, maybe how we've been raised in our families and how we directly saw connections to be. These circumstances can be popping off again, and especially, with this shadow work that's coming through. I feel like the overriding energy of you having to embody a divine masculine survivor instinct has really exhausted you, doll. So it's making you feel even worse within that abandonment. So as much as I'd love to say to you, I think it's really good if you sleep. I think it's going to be hard anyway, because things are really speeding up because they're going to slow down a little bit later. So we are going to have time to rest, providing that we get our ducks in a row. You're spiritually going to be able to rest, but you're also potentially in this time can have communication coming through. I feel to a psychological degree you're looking at this and going, okay, what am I investing in, what am I not? Where am I giving my energy to? What do I not do? We do have the Eight of Wands here at a foundation level, and you're trying to have the courage to move forward, but you're also looking at things and going, look, you sort of got to say to yourself, unless that circumstance showed its face, don't presume, okay? So what do I mean by that? Many times I would say to myself, I'm moving forward, that's it, I'm done. Spiritually, I gave up on lying to myself because I have my good days and I have my bad days. Some days it was like, right, I do. Some days it was like, no. Okay. And then you go into, am I the karmic? And we've all been there. Okay. If you guys are youngins in your head, like, we've all been there. This yo-yo is moving quick. And what happens when we're tired? We're triggered. We get triggered. We get emotional. There's some situation here that I feel is going to move quite quickly. And I think for some of you it might feel like, oh my gosh, I've got to hold on to my hat here. I can't wait to move. I've got a dog next door. It's always barking. I apologise. It's so lonely. This card, I know there's another card under here. It's got a message. Something's hidden from you. Oh. This makes so much sense. Okay. The messages that are coming through, I love these cards because they're very rhetorical. They're straight to the point, though. It appears to be you're going to be pouring energy into the things that are taking you to your bliss. And this could be making money. This could be meditate. But I feel it's plan related. It's some big plan or goal or something that you're needing to jump on. And I did mention at the top of the read, it was saying that something's going to come up that you have put on hold. Whatever this is, I think once you start making that decision and you let go of attachment of, well, what happens if Divine Masculine doesn't turn up on time and I've moved or I've done this or I've done that. It's like, please don't do that. You don't need to. And trust me, the less you do that, the quicker your union will come. So if there is a plan that you need to make, and it is due to a circumstance that's very necessary to look at, what could that be? It could be, gee, I need to move my job. I'm not really liking this. It could be that you're working with your twin. Don't put those things on hold because those things don't prevent a spiritual connection from being there. But there appears to be something in Divine Feminine's life that they're needing to address. And so there is this notion that suddenly you're going to need to make a plan. The other thing I can say is my guides are saying you don't need to plan out your twin flame path. And I mean more so in layman's terms psychologically of what they would need to do to get back to you. If you do that, again, it stagnates the journey. I do feel there's going to be a conversation for some of you, but you also with your guides, you could be sending them mixed messages. And I know that a lot of us do become a little bit 3D, even though we do get a lot of downloads. So we need to integrate and become both. We need to know the time to connect to the 5D and the time to understand you can have that dream state, that 5D kind of vision of how you see your twin flame path in the 3D, but it comes into that faith sense of duality. You need to ask your guides, A, for protection, although you are assured that this is going to be a very positive thing. You also need to know that you're worthy of that. And I feel there could be, A, a conversation, but you're going to have to ask honestly, okay? You're going to have to be pretty direct. That's sometimes not fun for people. But I feel if you're needing help with something, or if, if you're needing to, it's going to relate to you. I'm not going to make it what it's not. If this is a conversation with counterpart, you need to ask in a very genuine way. But I also feel there could be a favour you're asking somebody and they're saying, go out of your box and do it. There's this renewal. I feel there's this sense in the heart that something is changing within you. And it's a bit freaky. It's a bit like, oh my gosh, is this going to be okay? If I change, it's going to be all right. It's asking you to renew. Okay, we had the moon and we had the eclipse in Scorpio. This should be a comedy video. I'm telling you. I'm going to go into comedy. Burst out of your cocoon. Admit your vulnerabilities. When the trigger comes up, look at it. It's okay to even say that to your twin for those of you that are in communication. I also feel by week's end, a lot of the Divine Feminines are going to be taking the lead, and it can be very action orientated, but you're going to actually get communication coming in by doing the things that you love. Now, it doesn't mean to say we're having a walk in the park. I listened to a beautiful reading the other day and I was so very amused. And I think they were talking about Libra. And I was like, you guys do like to party. And I was like, God, I haven't had time to party. And yes, I don't think many Libras have had time. Okay. I'm just saying, energetically, there is something to do with movement, your purpose, you're focusing on it. And if you do, that alchemizes the journey. Some of you are like, you don't want to mess with anyone. You may find that you don't want to be around bad juju and bad energies. You also will become accustomed of doing it without them directly affecting your aura. At times, yes, 100%. There is a totality of needing to get the hell out of Dodge. I feel you're focusing on your car. Look, I do feel all of a sudden you're going to get a lot of offers. But they're going to kind of, what we say in Australian terms, gross you out. It's going to be, that's low. You're gonna be like, excuse me? That's not going to go down too well, but that's because you're not wanting it. And that is the key inside your twin flame path. I'm not saying you don't want it, but I'm saying it's almost that, what's that movie? There's a movie, Something About Mary. I think it's Something About Mary. Yeah, and she's got the stalker woogie. It's like you just want to run from that. Like calm the vibe down. Calm the vibe down. I feel Divine Feminine's going into hermit mode. There's a lot of hurt coming up, dolls, to do with broken heart, third party energy, interferences. Now, these third parties do not have to be romantic partners. You do tend to find closer to reunion and reconciliation and communication. You may have a lot of psychic attacks just prior, but you also will find that a lot of dramas pop off just before. It is a bit of a spiritual test. I do feel this individual wants to come towards you and talk. I feel it's close to Aries and Chiron retrograde. But I feel point blank zero because we're in shadow phase. I feel it's wanting to resolve this conflict, and I feel both counterparts in the mix are wanting to communicate. For some of you, you're directly going to feel it in your aura. It won't be at the 3D. That's more of you that have not had any communication at all, but you could feel a little bit of a tower moment. I do directly feel it's because you're deciding to actually fill your cup and do something something spiritual, something career orientated. It's like you're actually doing something that is driven by your passion, and I feel it's because you want to get out of this lower vibration. There could be at a environmental level for you within your world and your life, quite big changes, big bold changes that you're making. I don't know why I'm hearing like Bob the Builder. You're trying to repair something in your life after several tower moments. Yeah, you're ready to get your life back. You're like, you know what? I want to get my life back into a stable foundation. I've got a few messages coming here. This is in relation to the karmic. Although we do the karmic read, if something comes out, I channel it. I just go with the energy. Okay, there appears to be a person here. Now, this person might be somebody that directly does know your counterpart, okay? This could be in relation to the karmic. I'll just stay. Now, I'm getting two messages. One is... this is somebody that directly knows the both of you. They may have said they know nothing. They may know more than you know. Okay? There is a pocket group where this person is not a bad person. They do have your back, but they're involved in it. Little do you know, but I'm not feeling intimately. I'm feeling they're aware of certain privy situations. It is going to come to light, but they are an advocate for you. There is another person that through consoling energy, you are informing them a little bit too much of. And you need to be very careful, especially because we have transits going through in Gemini with malefic surrounding energies. It's not that the notion of the zodiac sign Gemini is bad. It's that the way the transits are playing out, there could be a lot of gossip and shady people. And it will come out, but it might be too late. So you just need to be really careful, dolls, with the circumstances of what you're surrounding yourself with. For some of you, yes, this could be a work colleague. Others of you, this could just be a tribe friend, somebody to that degree. I do feel you're protected, though. I'm just merely feeling, as my guides are giving me the messages, to be aware of that. Sometimes when we're down, it's a bit like, your child coming to you, Mum, can I have the ice cream? And you're trying to do bills or something quite intellectual. Yeah, whatever. And it's like, don't do that. You might not know what you're giving away. Meanwhile, kids jumping on the couch because they're going on a sugar high. Okay. Yeah, this person legit does have your back. I do feel some of you are going to have a surprise visitor. This is a bit of a weird one. Oh, feminines, who are you letting in that door, dolls? Okay. You're going to have some exes coming back apologising, and you're going to think, you know what, maybe I should go down this route. Just be careful who these people are. This could have been, this person feels that they were a real, I don't like using this word, but they were a real shit. They feel like they were really cruel to you. Now, yes, twin does tend to do that, and I'm not saying they don't. But this person was not good to you, okay? They may be turning over a new leaf. They do see the benefit in you, but there's a little bit of codependency with this person. Yeah, don't do it, okay? This could be catching up. I feel you need to be on your guard and in awareness, because like I said, I do feel some offers here. And some of you are going to be like, I so got over that yesteryears. And I do feel some of you could actually have this person trying to actually make a pass at you. And you're going to, I don't think it'll get polite. Let me put it that way. I feel it's almost like it's a late hour, or it's like coming for a barbecue and just social and you're civil. I just really watch yourself. Yeah, this person is not who they haven't changed. They haven't changed, okay? They act like they're happy for it to be platonic. No, you're not going to be impressed. You're going to get really pissed. I do feel, yeah, no. My name's Naomi and I'm a spoon. Spiritual test. Spiritual test. This is why this card come up. There's gossip here. Be careful. Somebody's testing you. Be careful who you're dancing with. Okay? Because I do feel twin very close. Now, this is somebody that knows twin. This is somebody, yeah, just be careful. Be careful. I'll see you next week. Be careful. I do see communication coming in. Okay? Use your toots. Take care. Come through and join our notification hub on the website at YILDIZ Readings 5D. Never miss a notification. Do click the link directly below and it takes you straight there. Very separately, we do have free star sign subscriptions and twin flame, as well as the paid version where we dive deep, and yes, we have duo packs. The duo packs give you free meditation tracks that are hosted via the website with up and coming education content. For a personal booking, you can go directly below. We also have the webinars coming up. So if you don't want to miss such, visit the website. Otherwise, I'll see you live throughout the month. Please comment on the video. It shares it through the algorithm. And thank you. And I love you all so much for being part of YILDIZ Readings 5D journey.